And we are live. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Respect the Craft. This is episode number 233, and I'm joined once again by the good brother here. He is the true manager of champions, fellow Kane Industries member. We have Silky Smooth in the building. What's going on, brother? How's everything?
What's up, brother? How are you? Once again, it is about that time.
It is about that time of the month here where we decided to come and break down all things VPW and ruffle a little bit of feathers. The last one ruffled a few feathers. Even though we brought an amazing friend over, we brought from La Isla de Encanto, we had the lovely Nair Robles join us. Today, it's just us. Today, there are no surprises, unfortunately. But it's okay. We are still going to do the thing that we do every month, and that is give you your preview before Victory Pro Wrestling. And what are we previewing today, Silk? Well, it's glad you asked. We are previewing all things VPW present Before the Storm.
Before the Storm, baby.
I don't know why I just got the fucking like classic TV show host mentality for a minute. I was like, fuck it.
You did.
Promote it that way. So
I heard that.
We are promoting all things Victory Pro Wrestling presents Before the Storm live from beautiful Bay Shore, New York. With that being said, for all those that are still interested in getting your tickets, please visit victoryprowrestling.com today. Front row, I believe, is fully sold out.
It is.
Get your tickets now because, again, these tickets are going fast. It is a stacked show this weekend. It's also, I believe, on the same day as the big event. So you never know who else might be making their way down to Bay Shore. Last time the big event was here, that dastardly, just I don't even want to mention his name, but he decided to get into the ring with Dr. Sleep, and unfortunately, things didn't go on our way. So
let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that.
Yeah, not a fan of that guy.
No, me neither.
Mask too, so I'm not too fond of him. But again, you never know what could happen this Saturday. But we also, before we get into the matches and everything happening this Saturday, want to remind you, if you would like to sponsor any talent that will be competing this weekend, sponsorships are available. Emailing info@victoryprowrestling.com for availability and rates. Those also include the lovely members of Kane Industries. So if you like to sponsor us,
come on, people. I know that tax money. That tax money's been dropping into people's accounts. Share a little with Kane Industries. We'll pose for a picture with you. We won't smile. Well, Kane Golan will smile, but me and Adam won't smile. But we will thank you and pose for a picture with you for your sponsorship. Come on, spend a little tax money.
Nice smile, though. He has a nice.
He does have a good. He has a very pretty smile for a guy.
So there you go. And here we go. We got Matthew in the chat. Yo, what's going on, Matthew? Hello. Welcome to the chat here. But again, so if you want to do that, contact Victory Pro Wrestling today so I can tell you all rates and all availability on talent for sponsorships. But let's get into it, Silk. Let's start talking about the festivities that are going on this Saturday. Why not? Let's start with this one. Let's talk about the women's division because there's a lot going on here in Victory Pro Wrestling. As we have, let's talk about this one. The women's championship match, as the VPW women's championship is on the line. The unwilting Tatiana defends against the unforgiven Salem. Salem makes her return here to Victory Pro Wrestling after a little bit of a, I don't know how to put this one because Salem, this is not her first shot, but unfortunately, the last time she didn't get, I want to say, a fair shot at the VPW women's title. So this officially will be her first opportunity at it.
After that triple threat with her and Valentina and Tatiana, she said she'd be back, and she's making good on her word. She'll be back this Saturday.
And again, we saw the last time she was around Victory Pro Wrestling causing those problems with former champion at the time, Valentina Vasquez.
Yes.
And now we are here. We'll see what happens when it is that straight up singles match this Saturday against the unwilting Tatiana. When it comes to this one, though, Tatiana's had a great record so far with that championship.
She's on a roll.
I will say this again with Salem, that unpredictability factor. I don't know. I don't know what it is about her. There's something spooky there. There's something a little different about Salem.
Little creepy. She's a little creepy. I tend not to talk to her.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I say things that will not get on her bad side. I do not want to.
I honestly think she would take us calling her a little creepy as a compliment.
I hope so, because the last thing I need again is to piss off someone else that just yeah. So we're gonna.
I don't know, between her and Bones, we got a little hoodoo dancing around in VPW. It's getting spooky around here. Thank God it's not close to Halloween.
I feel like that's when they're most at power there, but it's okay. Bones, I think we at Kane Industries have Bones a little understood. I think our old friendship there will be okay for now, hopefully. But we will continue here because also this Saturday there will be a contract signing, as officially we will see the contract signing here for that New York State Championship match, as the winner of the King of New York, I guess I should say King Buffa, Desmond Cole, will be going head to head eventually with the New York State champion Dante Drago. I believe this match will be happening later on at the anniversary event for Victory Pro Wrestling. But this Saturday, it will happen. The contract signing will be going down in the squared circle. And let's be frank, Silk. In wrestling, I don't think I've ever seen a contract signing go I've never seen it go peaceful. It's just
especially because I'm assuming where Dante's going to be, Nick Robles will be, possibly Jack Tomlinson will be there. Maybe Buffa should bring a little backup. I don't think he's got a lot of friends in the locker room, especially he definitely doesn't have any friends in Kane Industries.
I just hope he's at 100% because he might have a. He might have a little
limp.
Boo-boo. That's all I'm saying.
He might have a limp. Yeah.
He might just have a little boo-boo. I don't know how it got there. Do you know how it got there?
I don't know how it got there.
I don't know. I just
I know, my only memories of that moment were that there were two children in the crowd and they were crying, and that kind of made my night.
Oh, poor children again. They should have learned again. You don't bet against Kane Industries, but that's all I'm gonna say. But again, it will be the contract signing this Saturday for that New York State Championship match. I am looking forward to when that match does happen. But both of these men will be in action later on in the night as well. So as much as they are focused on this contract signing, I hope that doesn't take away too much from the rest of their night, because they would want the most momentum going into
exactly
title match later.
Neither of them wants to go into the title match with each other, hanging on with a loss hanging over their head. They both need to stay focused.
I definitely do. And again, the Buffa already coming in with momentum. I'll give him his congrats where they're due. He was able to win the King of New York tournament, which it featured a stacked lineup of talent.
It really did.
Congratulations to Desmond Cole here for getting that big victory. But again, he's going in this, unfortunately, not at 100% due to, I don't recall how he got injured, how he got hurt a little bit. But again, things happen. The squared circle is
things happen.
It's very dangerous.
It's a dangerous place. And if he does somehow manage to beat Dante's going to want his rematch. The guys in Delta House are going to want their rematch. I know that the Victory Pro Wrestling fans have been clamoring for the big Buffa versus Dr. Sleep. As far as my knowledge, it's never been done. It's never happened anywhere. I could be wrong. You do more research than I do.
No, unfortunately, it has not happened yet. Again, the Victory Pro Wrestling faithful got a little bit of a taste of that. They got a little bit of a taste of what that
little taste.
We still have yet to see a singles match between the two. And again, due to what happened at that tournament, I feel like it's only a matter of time till we finally see that rightful singles match. And hey, if Buffa's able to win that New York State Championship, a rightful title match for another piece of gold to come into Kane Industries. And here we go.
It sounds good to me.
We got Ryan Dust in the chat. What's going on, Ryan? Hello.
Ryan Dust is a gentleman. That's all I have to say. He's a gentleman. When things happen to him, he takes everything with a grain of salt. He keeps his mouth shut like an adult. It's a shame that people older than me can't have that. It's a shame.
Well then, we shall continue here and keep running this very unbiased and professional conversation here.
It
But
is. It is.
so we shall continue with this one. As again, we talked about momentum, and there is a lot riding on this one as we have three looking to gain that momentum and get back on track when it comes to Victory Pro Wrestling. And this match will feature the Lost Light himself, JJ Doze. We have the Masma, Zach Ramses here, and then we have the artist, Jake Lang. And when it comes to this, again, for all three, their win-loss record has not been the best here at Victory Pro Wrestling, unfortunately.
And I think it's starting to cause JJ Doe's a little problem upstairs. He's getting a little unhinged.
And I can't say I don't like it. I do like.
I kind of like
when that starts to turn a little bit. When things are now starting to click. When he's seeing a little clearly now why even Kane Industries does the things we have to do. It produces results.
And so he's in there. He's in there with Jake Lang, who's been on a roll, somewhat of an associate of ours, and Zach Ramses is one big dude.
He is. That is one big dude that, again, unfortunately, just because of circumstances, I don't believe he's taken a loss on, like, he hasn't gotten pinned or submitted yet. But unfortunately, due to multi-man rules, again, sometimes you aren't involved in the pinfall or submission.
Exactly.
So for him here, this is a much needed win to finally get a victory here in Victory Pro Wrestling. But when it comes to JJ and Jake Lang here, for Jake, I can imagine he wants to also prove that his victories don't only come on behalf of Kane Industries here. And he wants to prove himself here as the artist, as this new, as his new look here, as his new reinvention of who Jake Lang is.
I am fully enjoying his new reinvention. Also, I really love what he's doing. He's changed his moveset. He's trimmed down. He's quicker. If we needed to call upon him again, I would gladly make the call myself.
Definitely, he was a very wise investment there. The arts usually pay off. Off as they should. And here we go. We have the boss himself in the chat. Hello, Mr. Kane is in the building. Adam Kane. He's getting ready. He unfortunately.
I've been watching my language so far, but I gotta say it. It's the C-E to the motherfucking O is in the building.
There we go. See, we all get one. We all get one good curse. I use it earlier, unfortunately.
We all get one.
To just like joke, because for some reason I decided to use a like old school TV show host, and I just popped myself for some reason. But it happened.
I've been trying to keep the language a little cleaner. You've been getting more and more subscribers, which pass the word around, people. Ray does a very good show. We should be adding subscribers on a weekly, if not daily basis. And I'm trying to keep the language a little clean because we all know in private or in the locker room, I'm a filthy sounding, disgusting person when I talk, but I'm trying to keep it cleaner on your show because I'm trying to be a little more professional. I know the boss is like, cut the language, you piece of shit. So I'm trying my best.
I appreciate that. Again, if you guys haven't already, make sure you drop a like on this video. And again, subscribe if you haven't already. That does.
What's wrong with you?
Channel, so we definitely.
It's free. It's free to subscribe, you cheap bastards.
It is. It really is free. CEO just left the office. There you go. See, a hardworking CEO.
Hardworking man.
He is still working at this hour. We thank you so much, CEO. More and more business happening. It is a lot of business, a lot of things that all of you are not going to be privy to yet, but we know what's going on. So you'll find out when it's the right time. But
when we when we feel like it.
I was trying to be a little nicer to them, just a little.
You have to be. I don't have to be.
I have to be a little nicer because we're on the channel right now. Just a little bit nicer. Again, I'm trying to be unbiased and neutral. I hate saying it, but I have to be. But it's okay. We are here. We are talking about, once again, this three-way dance. Like I said, when it comes to this, all three men looking for a much-needed win here. I will give for this one, I'm going to have to go possibly with JJ Doze. I feel like that unhingedness. I feel like this new style, this new mentality possibly going into this one it might point him in the right light, pun intended.
I you know what? I'm gonna have to go with that. I'm gonna have to. As much as I like Jake, I think JJ is gonna. He hasn't. I don't believe he's won a match since before the last show in Connecticut when he substituted for Adam Kane. And I think that's been weighing on him. And I don't even think it's going to stop him against a guy like 3 times his size like Zach Ramsey's either.
This is true.
I think JJ pulls out the win. I think he's got a lot to prove. I think he's pissed off. And then slightly unhinged. But if you can harness that, I think he can win this match.
Again, we shall see. We shall see what happens here. We've seen in different sides of JJ here. We've seen with different partners. We've seen, unfortunately, that fail. He could not get the job done for us. Again, our investment was kind of wasted that time, unfortunately. But again, we're gonna see. I have high hopes. I feel like we might see something out of JJ Does this weekend, and I hope
after the Percy Ryan debacle, everything is trial and error. No one's just gonna get a slap on the back and be like, "Come join the group." As of right now, KJ Mack is the last member that will be in the group, other than obviously Adam and Gangone.
Yes, that is
the getting. You're gonna have to run the gauntlet to get in, man. It's gonna have to be a lot going on.
And we do have the request. Don't think I don't see the resumes. Everyone that has been sending them in, unfortunately, again, our process is rough. So when we decide that we'd like to add someone else, we will contact you. So don't you worry about it.
You know the old saying, "Don't call us, we'll call you." Don't hold your breath.
But we shall continue here. We're going to talk about, again, some more women's action happening at VPW. The women's roster is starting to get a little bigger here, Silk. I'm starting to like seeing, again, more involvement here of great women talent, including this, as we have Cameron, formerly known as Amari Miller, going head-to-head with Kamar Couture. This match originally scheduled to be Cameron versus Gigi Van Gogh. Unfortunately, again, due to, like the little fine print says in every wrestling poster, match graphic, card subject to
change.
Unfortunately, Gigi Van Gogh cannot make her VPW debut this Saturday. In her place will be Kamar Couture. And when it comes to this, it is a suitable replacement, both coming out of a similar background, both coming from the same pedigree, one that we both know very well. Produces amazing talent, produces amazing results. So I'm looking forward to see what happens here when she's facing someone that has made it to the main dance, has made it to the big stage in NXT. So I'm looking forward to see both make their VPW.
I've noticed that VPW has kind of been between now with this girl, Cameron, and Magnificent Mimi. I've noticed some NXT talent slowly filtering through VPW. Will we see more?
I'm hoping so. Again, I'm hoping to see what happens. I'm hoping to see, again, like I said, Saturday is the big event. So you never know who else might be making their way down to Bay Shore. So we shall be keeping our eyes open. And yes, let me go to the comments 1 second. Lady EVP, yes. So those applications are still in. Adam Kane asking, we're still interviewing. Yes, I'm taking those interviews by a case-by-case basis. So again, if you possibly meet the qualifications, we shall be interviewing you. If not, unfortunately, we'll contact you. Don't contact us.
And I am taking a personal hands-on approach to interviewing some ladies for the group myself.
This is why the boss has instructed me to do said interviews, because of comments made like that.
I'm offering to help. I'm a helpful guy.
So did you not just see what I did last week? I think I can handle the interview process. I think I'll be okay.
I heard you've been handling quite a few processes, buddy.
We are going to continue here. I'll keep checking Lincoln for an app. Well, again, Ryan Dust, like we said, we will contact you if you meet our requirements at this moment. Unfortunately, good luck in your other endeavors. But we shall continue.
See what happens when I pay someone a compliment. They all of a sudden it's like, oh, no, all right, everybody calm down.
Yeah, we shall continue here as our next contest. But let's also talk about this again. like I said, for these two, I'm looking forward to see their debuts. This will be the first time we get to see both in a VPW ring.
Yeah, it's going to
It's
be
going to be
good.
exciting.
No,
It's exciting to see.
they're going to take anybody that makes a debut anywhere is going to pull out all the stops. So this as I usually do scout, this might be a match worth scouting.
This true, and again, I know you have. Not only are you watching to see possibly someone that could be a rightful addition to Kane Industries, but I also know you have some other reasons for watching these matches. And no, I'm not talking about other nefarious reasons. Get your minds out of the gutter. I'm talking about
what's wrong with you people?
I'm talking about his other talent representative, and that is again a former guest of the show here, our good friend La Chica herself. La Hola Hola, which Miss Nail Robles. So I know you're definitely.
I can't roll my R. I can't roll my R's like that, so I'm not even going to try.
It's okay, Sec. I will do it for you again.
Thank you,
Robles. So
all right, that's nice. That's very nice.
This is why I'm kept around, just so I can roll my R's. But again, you'll be doing that. So we shall continue to see what happens with the VPW women's division. How it continues.
What he keeps the VPW, whoever's behind the scenes doing this in VPW, is bringing in more and more women. Maybe someday down the line we'll see a VPW women's tag team championship.
Ooh, I do like the sound of that as much as I also like possibly, because we do the King of New York every year. If it continues to grow, could we possibly see a future Queen of New York tournament here in VPW?
That'd be a good thing to see.
Well, then, for everyone at VPW, again, stay tuned. You never know what can happen. But if it does happen, you heard it here first on RespectTheCraft. So, see, there you go. The boss agrees with me. Thank you, Ray. See, this is why I have to do the interview, Silk. Boss's words, not mine. We got Ryan saying, don't worry, Silk. I'm too busy. LOL. I'll keep supporting and we'll keep knowing that greed is good. Thank you.
All
Ryan.
right. There we go. All right.
That greed definitely is good. And
it
keep
is
up the good work with those customs, Ryan. We've been seeing them. Awesome work with 2K. Unfortunately, my time of doing those are it's a little taken up right now. So I can't do many. But we shall continue here with this next one. A match that I've actually been looking forward to. I know it does not feature any members of Kane Industries, but I have to give praise where praise due. When you have the big Boofa, you have Boofa, the real big Boofa, as he said here on the show. Boofa, Ayo, and the Boombox going head to head with a man I know as the Barricade, the Big Papi of professional wrestling, Big Cuzzo. This is going to be one. Silk, have you gotten to see Big Cuzzo yet?
I have. I did a little research. I went on YouTube, and this is going to be a hell of a match.
I'm looking forward to this one because Big Cuzzo, I've gotten to see throughout the years, seeing his evolution and seeing what he's become now. He is truly a force to be reckoned with. That we might need to have a little bit of a conversation with Big Cuzzo this weekend just to make sure.
I read some stupid comment on Facebook that someone was asking who the hell he even is. I'm quite sure that after this show, he'll show everybody who the hell he is.
I think I saw that comment, but I usually have my comments turned off for people that are not important enough. So,
not important enough. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. I try to keep those comments off because if you don't know who Big Cuzzo is, I'm afraid to.
Then you're not a fan of independent wrestling. You're just not. Yeah, if you don't even know his name. I mean, come on.
You got to know who Big Cuzzo is. But again, if you don't, some people might not. You are definitely going to get familiar with him after this.
Oh, Saturday, absolutely.
Because he's going to bring that party to VPW. But again, this is one where usually, like I made the joke, the real Big Boofa, because that's what Boofa Ayo said. Because usually Boofa Ayo has that size advantage. He is a bigger guy. He has that Gaijin muscle. He has that strength. And this is going to be one where you're going to see just two towering individuals go head to head, blow for blow here. And I can't wait to see. Both guys are usually that happy-go-lucky. I can't wait to see who's going to have to turn on that switch and just truly pull it out to be able to get that win on Saturday. But I'm looking forward to this one. This is one where
me too. It's going to be a good one.
You have that veteran of the game in Boofa Ayo. You have that young, hungry Big Cuzzo. This is going to be one you guys are not going to want to miss. If you haven't already, make sure you get your tickets now. VPW Pro Wrestling.com for your tickets. Like we said, the link will also be in the description down below. Front row, unfortunately, is sold out.
Sold out.
Still so many great seats in the building. If you haven't already, make sure you use codes Kane. Silk, what is your code again?
Smooth, baby.
Code Smooth, or I believe for Gangone, it is code Gangone as well. So make sure you use one of those 3 codes, or if you want to get multiple tickets, just keep buying tickets, use each one of those codes, and save you some money at checkout. But
yeah, again, that tax money is dropping. Spend a little. Come to the show. Just don't be cheap.
There you go. We want to see it. We want to see it. So we shall continue here with some tag team action, as we're going to talk about this one, as it will feature two teams that, again, have a lot of notoriety here when it comes to the VPW roster, as its former VPW tag team champions, the Even Stevens, going head to head with current reigning and defending VPW New York State champion Dante Drago and Jack Tomlinson here, which this one comes with it's a lot of mixed emotions here with this one, because unfortunately Jack could not be there at our last event, could not be there for that war that happened with the team of the Shook, how would we say this? The Shook Stevens? Is that the best way to
the Even Crew? The Even Crew.
We're going to call it the Even Crew. There you go.
The Even Crew. I like that.
Crew versus Delta House with Jay George. There was a lot of
it was just a weird dynamic even watching that match. It was just weird.
But now everything is back to somewhat normalcy here, as we have the Even Stevens back together taking on this variation of Delta House here, as you have former VPW World Champion Jack Tomlinson, you have the current New York State champion in Dante Drago.
Yep.
And this one, I'm looking forward to see what happens here, because we're seeing them as a tag team pairing. And can they defeat a former VPW tag team championship pairing here?
And that's not even all, because sometimes, as we'll notice later in the show, sometimes managers or seconds are not included in the graphics. How do we know that Nick Robles isn't going to be there, giving Delta House an advantage? How do we know Johnny Collins isn't going to be there to negate Nick Robles? We don't know any of this. The graphic could be misleading.
This is very true.
There could be a lot.
We've seen that graphic saying that Nick Robles will be in the building. Mm-hmm. So who doesn't say he gets himself involved in this one and tries to add a little bit of advantage to the Delta House?
Frat brothers stick together.
So we shall see. We shall see what happens with this one. I know I've been seeing Dante Drago's been going through a little bit of evolution on his own here. I'm seeing that he's graduated apparently. So
yes, he did.
Is the partying days over for him? What does that actually mean for him when it comes to what he brings
I don't know,
VPW? I hope that means he's more focused now, because if the partying stops, that adds more time to focus. That adds more time.
That's right.
To concentrate on your opponents. But again, with Jack Tomlinson, unfortunately, as much as Dante might now have time to focus, I think Jack has had less time to focus now. Unfortunately, the reason we couldn't see him at the last event was, I believe, another acting gig, another cinematography.
Yes, that's what I heard. Yes,
event, and unfortunately, I think that is starting to get to Jack. Is the schedule too much? Can he handle both obligations? And does that play a factor when it comes to that in-ring awareness? Is he still at 100% when it comes to his in-ring awareness and coming into an in-ring matchup here? Will that play a factor when it comes to this, when you have a well-oiled machine like the Even Stevens? I hate to give them credit, but there's a reason why they're multiple-time VPW tag team champions.
Plus, this is the first time they've been a team in VPW for a while, so they're going to want to show everybody they haven't lost a step as a team.
This is very true. And again, everyone is going to be watching, because, again, those tag team titles are very, very important when it comes to VPW. And I know Jack is not going to want to come into this with a loss, because he still is trying to prove that his stake at the VPW Heavyweight Championship is still a valid one. As we,
that's right.
Unfortunately, this event we will not have current VPW champion Bryce Donovan in the building, but I know he is watching. I know he's going to make sure his imprint is still felt at VPW and at Bayshore this Saturday night.
Oh, I'm sure.
But from that, we have left the truly best match for last. Silk, I think you know which match I have left for the end.
I have an idea.
Because we are talking about the VPW Tag Team Championship matchup here, as finally it has been done once again. We have the rightful shot that we should already have these titles, but I'm going to introduce it properly and be again professional. This Saturday, Victory Pro Wrestling presents Before the Storm live from Bay Shore. It will be your current reigning and defending VPW Tag Team Champions, the Rat Bastards, Adam Kirkland and Xander Torres, defending against the team of Kane Industries, being represented by Dr. Sleep, Anthony Gangone, and the CEO himself, infamous Adam Kane, accompanied by, because whoever did this graphic doesn't know how to do their job, the true manager of champions, Silk E. Smooth.
This is going to be a hell of a night. It's finally going to happen. The belts are going to come home with Kane Industries. I'll give the Rat Bastards their due. They had a hell of a run, but they couldn't even beat me and Gangone, and I'm not a wrestler. They barely squeaked out of there with Malcolm Murray's help. Don't get me started on Malcolm Murray, because his comeuppance will be coming down the road.
That is the thing that pisses me off.
If they couldn't beat a non-wrestler and Gangone, what are they going to do with the actual team of Kane Industries?
That is the thing that, again, it's still in my mind. When I spoke to Anthony Gangone last week, I tried to remain calm. Again, I tried to stay as composed as possible. Again, if you guys haven't checked out that interview, make sure you do. When I spoke to my good brother, Dr. Sleep, Anthony Gangone, but it still resonates with me that we had the titles. They were within grasps. And again, you did very great, Silky. Thank you for filling in. Thank you for doing what was needed. Great axe handle, by the way. It was very
thank you.
Good to see.
But all I needed to do was not get pinned, and that's what I did. So
hey, you did that very well.
That's all I did. Again, that's all I needed to do.
The Rat Bastards were lucky that they did not face the wrath of your dusty punches. If they only knew that you were willing, you were seconds away.
If I felt that Mr. Gangone really needed me to let loose, I would have. But he had them under control.
Again, it was moments away, and for them not to see that the only reason they are still holding those titles is because of Malcolm Murray. It isn't because
who wasn't even supposed to be there. Him and his partner broke up. Malcolm Murray did not even have a match on that show. I didn't even see him in the locker room. All of a sudden, there he is. And he put his damn hands on me, and that situation will be rectified down the line, like I said. You don't just get to willy-nilly put your hands on me when I've got three of the best wrestlers in VPW having my back. And KJ Mack has been chomping at the bit for some violence. So maybe Malcolm Murray might want to watch himself.
As he should. And again, it boggles my mind that a man that isn't he in couples therapy right now? Did they not? Like, aren't they going through that? Why are they? I don't get why Ronnie Moses wasn't around. I didn't see him around.
No, why? The last time I saw Ronnie Moses at a VPW show, he teamed up with Steven Azure, which don't get me started on that weird-ass team, and they lost to KJ Mack and David Rivera, the Scotto Ricans, with yours truly at ringside. I haven't seen Ronnie Moses since, and he didn't even change. KJ and David won that match. Ronnie picked up his bag, got in his car, and left. He didn't even change, so he's not mentally there either. So I don't know what the hell either of those guys are doing.
I don't get it. I don't understand how. But again, this Saturday, no matter what, we are walking away your new VPW tag team championship. And
Absolutely.
it is
Absolutely.
coming home with Kane Industries. We are going to finally prove it to every single one of you that's listening, to every single one of you that has bought a ticket for Before the Storm. You will finally see why we continue to say greed is good.
And there's a hell of a tag team division in VPW. So when Gangone and Kane win the titles, they're not going to just sit back and relax. It's
And
not
again,
going to happen.
This is what we're going to continue to prove because the team is going to be fighting champions. Dr. Sleep, the CEO, they're ready to face all comers. They're ready to defend those titles when needed. And you're going to have to do something that no team has been able to do because, again, if you look at the record, no team has been able to pin or make Kane Industries submit. Like I said, the only reason we are not your champions right now is because of Malcolm Murray. The Rat Bastards could not defeat us. They could not pin a handicapped Anthony Gangone. Again, my apologies, Silk, but just
I am not a wrestler. Technically, it was a handicap.
They could not.
I'm not a wrestler.
Anthony Gangone so imagine when it's finally 2-on-2, no excuses. Nothing is going to stop Kane Industries from winning those tag team championships this Saturday.
The only thing that Kane Industries has to worry about is what of their many moves they're going to use to finish that match. That's the biggest thing on their minds.
Huh. And we're not going to talk about it because you know what, Rad Bastards, I hope you're listening. You don't get to find out the strategy. You don't get to find out what's going to possibly put you to sleep, what's going to keep you infamous, what's going to keep you just know it's going to hurt. We're going to love it. We're going
to keep you bastards. Going to keep you bastards guessing.
And it's going to be so sweet though. As we're drinking water now. But that winning champagne is going to be so sweet on Saturday.
It's going to be tasty. I'm going to love it.
Oh,
I know Mr. Gangone doesn't drink, but hopefully he'll indulge in a celebratory sip with us.
It's okay. We'll get him a Pepsi. We'll get him a Pepsi.
Adam Kane is quite generous with the checkbook. I could splurge on a Pepsi for Mr. Gangone.
There we go. We'll get him a nice Pepsi.
There you go.
We shall enjoy our champagne as, again, the true VPW Tag Team Champions after this Saturday. And, hey, what's going on, Matt? We got Matt also in the chat. Who's going to be the champs? That will be, once again, Matt, if you haven't been listening, Kane Industries, as being represented by Dr. Sleep, Anthony Gangone, and the infamous Adam Kane. And Matt, before you commented, I love you, brother. You're a great friend, but you better not comment that you and Jarrett will be waiting. Because I like Jarrett. Jarrett Diaz, great talent. High hopes for you both. But
he very much is.
Have to want to put you both to sleep as well. So don't do it, Matt. Be very thoughtful.
We don't have time. We don't have time for teams trying to get a tag team title shot through social media. We're going to have to continue to worry about the Rat Bastards. We're going to have to worry about the Even Stevens, Security Inc., the Body Snatchers. Let's not just gloss over the Body Snatchers.
This is very true. Again, we have not seen them the last few events at Victory Pro Wrestling, but I know they're still making their way back. I might be speaking with them soon. I've been informed. I was sent a little bit of a message, so I'm a little bit worried because it was covered in something a little red, so I don't know what that was. But yeah, the Body Snatchers I will be sitting down with very shortly here on Respect the Craft. And I'll try to see what their thoughts are on the current.
Yeah, there are a lot of teams we have, and then VPW has a habit of just taking two random singles wrestlers and throwing them together and just throwing them out at the champs. So we know you may not even know who the hell we're wrestling till the night before.
This is true, and again, as we're seeing more makeshift tag teams are becoming a thing, like we said, we're seeing this variation of Delta House on Saturday. Could they be considering a future tag team run as well? The competition is stiff. The competition is what we want to see. This is what you want to see out of a professional wrestling company. So stay tuned. Like we said, if you haven't already, get your tickets. Be there this Saturday for Before the Storm. But let's go back to the comments for 1 sec. The boss saying, break out the crystal. Oh, we shall.
Oh,
CEO.
nice.
We shall. But look at this. We got Matt Austin saying, listen, I drink Bustelo, so I'm good. And I do as well. I love a good cup of Bustelo, but again,
yeah, I do too.
You can't overlook the Uptown Boys. I am not looking over the Uptown Boys. Like I said, you guys are a great duo, but I'm just saying, stay in your lane right now.
They are. Thanks to YouTube and the little bit of research that I do, I know who they are, and they're a very good team. They are not on the VPW roster, so they are not a concern at this moment.
Yep. I believe Jared Diaz, unfortunately, was supposed to make his VPW debut not too long ago, but again, things happen.
And Raymond, you brought up a very good point with Delta House. As far as I know, yet again, another matchup that has never happened would be Mr. Gangone versus Jack Tomlinson.
Ooh, well then.
I don't believe that either member of Kane Industries has ever crossed paths with any of the members of Delta House.
I do not believe so, Soak. I do not believe so. And again, for their sake, hopefully they don't have to square off with a member of Kane Industries because I don't think they'll be partying too much longer.
They have 3 guys, and if we can ever get through the red tape to bring KJ in, we've got 3 guys. Just putting that out there, for future reference.
This is true. And we do like to party, though. But we party with the finer things. We
like to party.
The finer things.
We do.
We don't have to hold around paddle boards. But come on.
That's for the part. That's for after the party. That's for the after party. We bring the paddles.
We shall not talk about that.
See,
on
that's
the air.
that's that shit that Adam's talking about. But don't let Silk talk.
This is why I must conduct certain interviews. Oh, God damn it, Silk. But again, when it comes to this, in all seriousness, this Saturday, it will be Kane Industries versus the Rat Bastards. It's going to be one I can't wait for. It's going to be a great matchup.
It is.
Now, I will say this. I hope whoever's doing commentary, because I saw Jen is coming. I saw Jen Martell is making her way. I hope she is ready to say, and your new
Victory Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions. That's going to be great. I don't know who the ring. I don't know who the ring announcer is that night. I hope it's someone good.
I hope so. I hope whoever's doing that. I hope whoever's doing.
I'm actually gonna give one of our ring announcers a shout out because I think that Ryan Peterson does a very good job, and I very rarely pay compliments, as you know, as we are friends outside of the wrestling. I don't throw compliments out. So I'm hoping that Ryan Peterson is the ring announcer that night because I think he would do an excellent job of announcing us as the new tag team champions.
I believe so as well. But like I was saying again, for commentary's sake, I hope Jem is ready. I hope Mr. Fulton is ready as well to finally give us our credit and stop trying to create this narrative of things are not going well in VPW. Because I heard the commentary. Again, for anyone at VPW management that needs a unbiased and actual professional commentator.
Oh, I watched it on mute.
You know where to contact me.
I heard some stuff, so I watched it. I always watch our matches at least once, see if I notice anything. I should mention to the guys in one of our private meetings. I muted that commentary.
Okay. I decided to. I should have done that because I decided to listen to the commentary.
All I heard was horribly derogatory things directed at me, and I was like, I don't need that negativity in my life. So I watched a very good match on mute.
So again, I say for whoever's calling this match, please, because I would be professional. I would not make the joke of, you know what, I should just make my way to the commentary booth. No, I would be professional and say whoever is, again, hired to do the job, make sure you know your information and you're ready to say, and new, because this is how you're going to do it. Listen to me, and this is how you do it on Saturday. And new Victory Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions, the team of Kane Industries, being represented by Dr. Sleep Anthony Gangone, and the CEO, infamous Adam Kane, as accompanied by the true manager of champions, Silk E. Smooth. And that's,
that's the way you
how
do
you
it. It was all melodic, and it was nice. It was the timbre was even, but it went up when it had to go up. That's what we need.
See, that's how you do it. It's not
that
difficult, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we do here. This is why we are professional. This is why we don't need to hold YouTube championships or campaigns or anything like that.
Oh,
we just do our job, what we're entitled to do. And when companies reach out to us, we don't reach out to them about little things. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, once again, if you haven't already, make sure you are there this Saturday. Victory Pro Wrestling presents Before the Storm, live from Pro Game Athletics in beautiful Bay Shore. If you haven't already, if you're interested, please contact VPW today to learn about all talent sponsorship information, which includes availability and rates. The email, once again, is info@victoryprowrestling.com. The night will feature, once again, the VPW Women's Championship on the line as the unwilting Tatiana defends against the unforgiven Salem. It will be the contract signing for the New York State Championship match as the new King of New York, Desmond Cole, and New York State champion Dante Drago will meet in the center of the ring. It will be a triple threat match as the Lost Light JJ Does goes head to head with the Masma himself, Zach Ramses, and the artist Jake Lang. Women's competition as both of these competitors make their VPW debuts. Cameron, formerly known as Amari Miller, goes head to head with Kamar Couture. It will be the battle of two heavyweights here, as it will be Bufa Ayo and the Boombox making their VPW return here after a successful running here at the King of New York tournament. It will be Bufa Ayo versus the Big Papi of professional wrestling, Big Cuzzo. Then, in what promises to be a true main event clash here, it will be the Even Stevens going head to head with New York State champion Dante Drago and former VPW heavyweight champion Jack Tomlinson. And then for those VPW Tag Team Championships, it will be defending champions, the Rat Bastards, Adam Kirkland and Xander Torres, defending against Kane Industries, being represented by Dr. Sleep, Anthony Gangone, the infamous Adam Kane, as they will be accompanied to the ring by the true manager of champions, Silk E. Smooth. Silk, thank you again so much for joining us here. For anyone that
absolutely no problem, brother. Always a pleasure.
Always. Don't forget to follow VPW on their socials there. VPW on Instagram at VPW_wrestling. Follow them on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, at VPW_wrestling. Follow Silky on his Instagram there, Silk_E_smooth_AF. And you know what that AF stands for, so don't question it. And if you want to follow him on Twitter, the link will be in the description down below. We still got to get him to get a better handle, though. You got to work on that. But
yeah, I honestly keep forgetting. But yeah, every month you tell me that, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. And I go to do it, and then I just forget.
It's okay. It's okay, Silk.
I need a memo.
It's okay. But again, guys, make sure you're there this Saturday. Get your tickets.
This Saturday. Get your tickets. Sponsor Kane Industries. You have the money.
Tax season is here, ladies and gentlemen. So enjoy. Be there this Saturday for Before the Storm. If you're at the big event as well, have a good time. And we'll see you guys on Saturday. As always, don't forget to be wise, be genuine, be real, be better people, respect the craft. I will see you guys on the next one.